Welcome, Jeffy. I am. Welcome to OK. Let's talk about it. Doe Dash and Dash of Faith. Interesting, interesting, interesting. You know, I decided to make some content on it on this particular situation because this is something different from me. But it caught my attention scrolling through my algorithm. Excuse me. The last couple of weeks, they have been a hot topic. No matter what you scroll for or what you look for, one of the two popped up. And of course, Dash of Faith, he disappeared multiple times. And the reason why I decided to talk about this because for me, I am a TBI survivor. And I also gained a lot of weight in my recovery. So, on other social platforms, I've ran across this young lady. Interesting enough. And when I seen her on YouTube, I was like, wow, a completely different personality. I get it. As a content creator, I've noticed and I've worked with people that reinvent themselves for that matter. But this was interesting because when I followed her on YouTube, I said, okay, I'm gonna go along for the ride. Just because I want to see how it turned out. Uh, from the beginning, I seen the play. I seen everything that she was kind of pushing, religion, hope, and I seen a lot of other content creators spawn from this. A little more savvy, and they're under the radar, but I seen a whole movement. So I said, okay, let me look more into this because, I want to see how it pans out. Then when Dash of Faith hit, with everything else going on in the YouTube streets, I figured, let me follow this more. Let me follow this more. And what I am disappointed in, as a content creator, like I said, I've worked with different content creators, and over the time, I've noticed that some of this stuff is scripted. I choose to give a piece of me and have commentary, just me and you sometimes, my thoughts, my shorts. But then it hit me. It's a big rush in this, and why is she cross-platforming like she was? So when I thought about it, I said, okay, it's October. One thing I noticed in my algorithm with other content creators, a family member is down, somebody's sick or they're sick, um, kids need school clothes. And then another thing is, oh, the content creator is sick, they're going through things, they have bills to pay. Whatever it is, whatever is the worry. But if you trickle it down, that's life. We all have those issues. But one thing I'm starting to see a lot of is a lot of cash apps, a lot of PayPal's, and we give you all a piece of what we do. And for me, from working behind the scenes, I know what goes into this. And making content constantly is something that I'm working on myself. I'd rather do work behind the scenes and pass information on to build the mind for better relationships, for better conversations amongst most people. In this particular situation, at this time of the year, it made me think. And when Dash of Faith came and he left, I already knew what it was and all the backlash. And as I watch it, one thing I have noticed why I am saying something is, excuse me, a lot of disabled, a lot of people over 50, a lot of retirees, a lot of people who believe in the hope are or were targeted. And that's why I kind of wanted to make some commentary because it's something that one thing that about this YouTube thing is if you're going to do it, you have to put the work in. If you put the right amount of work in, the amount of work you put into this is what you get out of it. And as I said, at this time of the year, I'm noticing people just falling asleep on online to get their watch hours, and I see a lot of people just getting sick. Hey man, I fell on my head. I have a brain injury, but you don't see me complaining about it. I get up in the morning and continue my daily plan, and I get it, you know. But back to this. Last couple of days watching the DoDash recycle and put out information that she's put out before. One thing I will say about this is the season where everybody thinks there's a mark out here. Whatever you pushing, I encourage it. If you have a product to sell, I encourage it. But I will say, have a quality product. Make sure your product is worth, manufacturing and shipping. And customer service is always top notch in the A+. But one thing I will say is, I've worked with content creators that have 3 and 4 times just a mass following. And yes, they get different content. But the one thing is, their content is entertaining, and it's not all negative. It's not all positive. It's everyday stuff. It's more relatable. And that's what I'm into. And that's what I try to push myself. Make it entertaining. If you're going to sell something, hey, make sure, it's worth it. And if you're gonna ask for cash apps and beg, just get on this app and beg. Give the people some type of entertainment. Give them something they want. But I will say this again, back to the DoDash and Dash of Faith. You know, seeing her on other platforms, I'm really curious to see how this ends. Just like you, I'm gonna tune in to see how it goes. But that's all I want to say on it. No negativity on mine, but just be careful, because most content creators, we do have to have a certain niche, and we go about things differently. But if you follow it and you feel like supporting that, don't feel bad if it's not what your intentions are. And to content creators, give us something more entertaining that we can come back and view it. We don't need all the profanity. We don't need people selling hope. Give us a little reality with the hope, with the dreaming. Jeffy I am. We talked about it. Like and subscribe.